You wake up early, work hard, save a little each month, and still feel like it'll take your whole life to get ahead. Maybe you never will, but there's a small group of people who shortcut that path dramatically, not because they work more, but because they think like Stoics, with coldness, strategy, and total control. In this video, I'm going to share that knowledge with you, but it only works if you watch until the end and write down every move. The last one will surprise you. Let's get started. 1. The myth of effort. The American system was designed to keep you busy, not to make you wealthy. If you work 40 hours a week, pay your bills on time, and hope that's enough, you're playing the wrong game. In the United States, someone earning a median salary of $50,000 a year takes over 20 years to save $500,000 if they manage to save 20% and nothing goes wrong. The truth is simple. Effort alone doesn't build wealth. It just keeps you running inside the system. Marcus Aurelius said the mind that doesn't let itself be disturbed finds its own strength. Apply this now. Open your last tax return and see how much was withheld last year. That's your starting point to act differently. Here's what to do. If you only work for a salary with no side income, start creating one today. It could be freelance work, consulting, or selling a digital product. If you already have a second source, but it depends only on your time, replace it with something scalable, like an online course or affiliate system. The threshold is clear. Soul time doesn't scale, systems do. But working more doesn't solve it, and that's exactly where you're stuck. The next move separates those who spend their whole life chasing from those who finally get ahead. Skipping now means staying on the same wheel for the next 5 years. 2. Cold intelligence. Think with logic, act with precision. The rich don't make decisions based on fear, guilt, or hope. They ask just one thing: does it work? While you hesitate because it seems risky or unfair, someone colder has already acted and moved ahead. In the United States, someone who invests $10,000 in the S&P 500 and leaves it for 30 years can see it turn into over 100,000. Those who wait for the right moment, driven by emotion, usually never act, and 30 years later, they're still in the same place. Epictetus taught that it's not the events that disturb people, but the interpretation they make of them. Open the compound interest calculator now and simulate what you'd have 20 years from now investing $100 a month. That number is the real cost of your hesitation. Here's what to do. If you have money sitting in a checking account earning nothing, transfer it today to a high-yield savings account, paying at least 4% annually. If you already invest but make decisions watching the news and feeling panic, set a fixed rule now, like contributing every first Friday of the month, no matter what happens. Coldness wins because it eliminates paralysis. But knowing how to act coldly isn't enough if you act at the wrong time. The next move reveals the secret of timing: when to enter, when to exit, when to hold. Missing this means wasting years doing the right thing at the wrong moment. 3. Timing and strategic patience. Wealth isn't about working fast, it's about positioning yourself at the right moment. During the 2008 crisis, those who had the courage to buy when everyone was selling saw returns of 300 to 400% over the next 10 years. The difference wasn't luck, it was strategic timing, entering when everyone was afraid. Most people act too late, when the price has already gone up, or too early, when there's still no structure. The smart ones act in the exact window, that small interval between chaos and recovery. Seneca said luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Do this now. Choose an asset you want to buy and define the target price you'll enter at, not when it feels right, but an exact number based on historical average or technical indicator. Here's what to do. If you've never invested because you're waiting for the right time, the time is now. Start with $50 a week in an index fund without trying to guess the market. If you already invest but keep jumping from asset to asset, trying to hit the top, stop and adopt the 12-month rule. Only sell if the reason is structural, not emotional. Timing isn't guessing, it's discipline with a clear trigger. You already know when to act, but acting alone keeps you small. The next move multiplies your effort by 10 without you working one more hour, and those who ignore this stay stuck trading time for scraps forever. 4. Leverage. Multiply effort through systems. The average worker sells hours. The wealthy sell systems that run without them. If you earn $25 an hour, you have a fixed ceiling, 8 hours a day, times 5 days, times 52 weeks, equals about $52,000 a year. Now compare that with someone who creates an online course for $300 that sells 1,000 times. That's $300,000 with no hour limit. The difference is leverage, using technology, people, or capital to expand impact without expanding time. Those who don't understand this stay trapped in direct exchange and never scale. The Stoics preached that the wise work with efficiency, not exhaustion. Apply this now. List a skill you already master and think about how to turn it into a product, automated service, or content that works while you sleep. Here's what to do. If you still only trade time for money, choose something you do well and record a tutorial, write a guide, or build a template others can buy. If you already have something like that but sell manually, automate with a recurring payment platform or sales funnel that runs on its own. The threshold is clear. If you stop working and income drops to zero, you don't have leverage yet. Leverage frees you from time, but using the wrong tool wastes entire years. The next move shows you what to replace now to stay ahead while others fall behind, and delaying this means continuing to fight alone. 5. Replacement and constant adaptation. The intelligent don't improve what they do, they replace it with what works better. While you're trying to optimize spreadsheets in Excel, someone has already migrated to automation with artificial intelligence and saves 20 hours a week. In the United States, professionals who mastered automation tools increased productivity by up to 60% without working more. Those who resist change out of fear or attachment to the old fall behind quickly, and 5 years later, they're obsolete in the market. The Stoics taught that the obstacle in the path becomes the path. Do this now. Identify the task that consumes the most time in your day and research a tool or system that can replace or fully automate it. Here's what to do. If you still do everything manually, scheduling, billing, customer service, pick one area and automate it this week with tools like Calendly, Stripe, or Chatbot. If you already use some tools but don't integrate them, connect everything in a single flow that runs without your intervention. The test is simple. If you need to be present for the task to happen, you haven't replaced it properly yet. Replacing frees up time, but free time without direction leaves you lost. The next move reveals how to turn attention into capital, and ignoring this means staying invisible while others dominate the influence game. 6. Influence, narrative, and perception. In the modern world, wealth is perception before it's fact. People invest, buy, and trust those who seem competent, not necessarily those who are. A freelancer with a well-presented portfolio on LinkedIn charges 3 times more than another with the same skills but no digital presence. Entrepreneurs who build an audience before the product raise capital 50% faster than those who do it the other way around. The rule is simple. Attention generates trust, trust generates capital, and those who wait for results to show later never build the right narrative. Marcus Aurelius taught that everything we see is perspective, not absolute truth. Apply this now. Choose a platform, Instagram, YouTube, or X. and post content today showing something you know how to do well without waiting to be perfect. Here's what to do. If you have no digital presence at all, create a complete professional profile this week and post 3 times about your field or learning. If you already post but irregularly or generically, define a specific theme and publish valuable content twice a week for 3 months. The threshold is direct. If no one finds you online when searching for your specialty, you don't exist in the market. Narrative builds capital, but without focus, you scatter energy and never master anything. The final move shows you where to concentrate all your force to finally escape mediocrity. And skipping this means wandering without command for the rest of your life. 7. The final rule: control and focus. True wealth comes from controlling the system, not competing inside it. Those who try to do 10 things at once master none and lose to those who focus on one until it runs on its own. An entrepreneur with 5 mediocre projects earns less than another with a single business running perfectly. The statistic is clear. 80% of results come from 20% of actions. But most people waste energy on what doesn't move the needle. Focus isn't renunciation, it's absolute command over what truly matters. Epictetus said wealth doesn't consist of having great possessions, but having few needs. Do this now. List all income sources or active projects you have and identify which generates 80% of the result. That's the only one deserving your full attention. Here's what to do. If you're spread across multiple fronts without mastering any, cut everything that doesn't generate direct return and concentrate 6 months on a single channel or product. If you already have focus but haven't achieved autonomy yet, double down. Hire help, automate operations, and work only on strategy. The final test is simple. If the business doesn't run 3 days without you, you don't have real control yet. Those who think like Stoics master emotion, choose the right timing, build systems that work alone, and focus on what truly multiplies results. These are cold, calculated, and precise moves that put you in control, not in the race. Applying them in the next 24 hours is what separates those who turn knowledge into wealth from those who just watch. So tell me next, which of these 7 moves will you execute first? Leave in the comments which one impacted you most. I read everyone. And if this video brought you value, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's rethinking how they handle money. Stay on the path of prosperity. Until we meet again.